probably going to call the frickin' PI when I get home.
Alright, so at our protest today, we were assaulted.
Yep.
No.
So, what time is it now? It's about 7 o'clock now, so this is about, I would guess, 5:15, 5:30. We're out here at the Scientology org on Aurora. Guy in a big, what was it, a Nissan? Big gray Nissan shows up. And I guess he's checking out the female Anons that are here, so he waves us over to him to have a conversation. So just to protect ourselves, I of course take my camera and decide to record the situation. And he's just, playing games, saying, trying to find out who we are, pretending he doesn't know what's going on. Then he reveals he's here to take courses and that we look ridiculous, whatever. But it was not an aggravating situation. He was playing his games, whatever. We just talked to him after about 5 minutes. We walked away. He went back in his truck. Then 15 minutes after that, I'm walking down the sidewalk and Scientologist pulls in, so I walk over by her car so I make sure she sees my sign. And that's when Mr. Assault Scientologist gets out of his truck and decides to start some real trouble. He walks up to me. I'm minding my own business. I don't want to talk to this Larry Bird looking guy with the yellow teeth. And he starts saying, I don't know why you guys are here, because I'm just sitting in this parking lot minding my own business. I'm waiting for the traffic to die down and go home. Meantime, traffic looks just like it does now. 60 miles an hour in each direction. So I said, yeah, looks terrible out there. And that's when he got into ultra adrenaline mode and said, what do you mean by that? Why are you doing that? You can't say that. And as I'm walking away, he runs up to me and grabs on this camera cord, pulls my neck forward, evidently punches me right in the stomach, causes this damage to my camera, pulls the housing apart, which is pretty hard to do. I can't get it back together. At which point we called the cops, thinking cops will come over here, we'll straighten this out, this shit's gonna stop right now. So the cops take their time getting here. It took about 20 minutes, during which this guy sits in his truck, comes over, wants to know if we called the cops, goes back, sits in his truck. Then just right, maybe a couple minutes before the cops arrive, he starts walking up to us, getting real aggravating and aggressive again. So we tell him to back away. Then the cops show up. They go talk to him first. Then a lady cop brings me over to talk to me. I tell the story you've heard so far. And she said, well, the two mistakes you made were you singled him out for harassment. You were waving at him, you stopped, you were looking at him, and then you secretly recorded him without his knowledge, which was totally not true. He knew he was being recorded. He asked why we were recording him. Didn't say, why are you taking my picture? He said, why are you recording? I was walking up the sidewalk, so I don't understand where the singling out thing comes from, but the cops made it very clear that in this situation, I am the suspect, not the victim. And if they are going to file any kind of a report, I'm going to be the suspect, and they are going to publicly post my name on their report. So at which point I have to make a decision about what the hell's going on. So they go over and talk to him, and according to the police officer, she said that he was going to be okay with letting this drop if I would let it drop. Obviously, due to being anonymous and my current situation, I am not really interested in having my name out there, so I can't exactly go ahead and file a report either. So, at that point, I again talked to the cops and said, look, they've got cameras all over their building. I can't believe that you're more interested in if I was waving to him than the fact that he attacked me, especially when, their cameras obviously would have recorded it. She wasn't interested. He left. The cops left. That was the end of the story. Although, one of the last things she said to me before we were leaving, as she was putting her notepad away, was, "When am I going to get a life? And why am I out here bothering people for a cause that nobody cares about?" And those are her exact words. That was the police officer. So she seemed almost as if she was not a neutral party. She seemed to think that we were the bad people here. So it's an unbelievable situation. Scientologists are, as usual, trying to shield themselves with the law and beat other people over the head with it. And we're going to come up with a strategy to make sure this shit doesn't happen again. Take care. Peace out.